G'day you beautiful people, my name is Lucas and today we're going to be ranking various video game controllers. There's a decent amount on this list. There will be some you recognise, some you probably won't. And I think we have to address the big change. I am now bald. Anyone who's been around a while would be used to those glorious locks. Yeah, I shaved them off. It was for charity. I did the world's greatest shave with cameraman CJ. If you don't know who that is, that's a photographer that has all my profile pictures for me. So I probably need a new one. I'll have to get him to get onto that. Yeah, I am bald now. And unfortunately, no Bob shout-out for today. If you don't know who Bob is, he is this beautiful stick figure fellow. I made him myself and I hide him in every one of my videos. And look, we're matching now. We're both bald. But enough of that rant. Let's get straight to our tier list. Okay, here we are at the tier list. And we're starting off with the Wii U, that little gamepad they had. I was never a fan of the Wii U. Never owned one. Barely played it, so I don't think I'll go C tier. I just it was never really my thing. Is that it's some sort of Nintendo controller, it looks like it might, it's not the Switch, it's not a Wii, it's probably Wii U related by the look of the writing on it. I like that more than that. I just don't like the look of that. Oh, actually I'll probably have to do that and then that, so then, yeah, because I just don't like it. This, I've used it a lot. It's just not comfortable. As much as I love the Switch. I'm a Nintendo, I love Pokemon, I love Nintendo, I love Mario, but yeah, I just don't rate it. It's like uncomfortable, like your thumbs are like that, and it's very square, it's just uncomfortable to use. And I use Xbox controllers, so I'm used to my thumbs not being straight, but you know, it's hard to explain. It's weird. Anyone who's used it would know what I mean. It's just weird to hold. The Joy-Con, it's so tiny. It's another B tier. Unfortunately, as much as I enjoy the Switch, playing games with just that little, it's so tiny, your hands get, yeah. The Pro Controller, I like that a lot more. It's going A. Your classic joystick, you'd say. I'll give it B. I'll give it B. Okay, another very classic controller. It's probably going to go B. It's just not my style. I don't recognize the controller, but it just looks so uncomfortable. Like, you wouldn't be able to use, like, function. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that shape. It's designed to be cool, not functional. So I'm having to go D. Another one that's just not functional. It's just looks too bulky and hard to use. So I mean, it's I'll go C for these two because they're not terrible. I don't like this one though. I don't like the look of it, and it's another one of those uncomfortable shaped controllers. We've got another classic. We'll give it A just because I think I have to. The classic Xbox. I've used one of these. I used to use them when I was younger. I liked them, but compared to modern controllers, it's just not it. It's a classic, but it's such a bad shape. It's such a bad shape. By memory, I haven't used one of these in years, so I'm between C and B here, and my bias might make me put it in B. I prefer it over the Joy-Con, to be honest. No, yeah, that's good enough. The 360 controller, now this I've spent a lot of time using. So, sorry guys, it's gone S. Growing up I used the 360 controller quite some time. Invested a lot of hours on that controller, and I'm very used to that setup, and I love it. The Xbox One and then modern Xbox, all like this. I'm going to go only A for this one. I'm going to put it above the Pro Controller, though. It's just, I love the 360 controller. I like the 360 controller more, I think. It's a classic. That's just not as good, in my opinion. This is like more of a staple in gaming, if you know what I mean. Up to some Sony controllers. This is where my Xbox biases might kick in, but the original PlayStation controller. Let's try that a few times. I'm gonna put it I've never really used one of these, so I can't judge it, so it's going to have to go B. PlayStation 2 controller, though. I've used that a bit. Oh. It's an S tier, and so is the PlayStation 3 controller. They're the PlayStation controllers I've used the most, so they're pretty much the same, just one's wireless. That's a PS4 controller, so I'm assuming this tier list was made before the newer consoles, because it doesn't have the PS5 controller. And I probably should have added that in, but I'm not a good content creator. Honestly, it's going in the A tier. It's a good controller, but these S's ones I have to have a connection to. You know what I mean? We've got to look up. That's such a bad control. Look at that shape. It just looks so uncomfortable. Ooh. We'll go A tier only, because it's not a controller I like. It's not my generation of controller. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have that personal bond with me. Ooh, it's a good controller, but I don't think it can go S tier, because the S is combining it being a classic function. It has to hit a lot of notes to be an S tier for me. It has to be actively usable. It has to be iconic. It has to be something I love. So it's just not usable enough. But for the games it was played on, I guess it was good. So I'm going to put it in A tier, and just like all my tier lists, this is starting to look a little top heavy. I'll go together. It's a classic. It's a classic controller from gaming, but I just don't like the design. Is just not that functional. I feel like it's made to be cool rather than too usable. It's gonna have to go C tier for me. It's gonna be controversial, I know, but yeah. I think B tier again. It's not as usable. Easy S tier. The Wii remote and the joystick. What was it? Did they call it? What did they call the other one? Joystick? No. What was it? I haven't played my Wii in so long. Was it joystick? No. Nunchuck. It's a nunchuck. That's what it's called. I need to play the Wii again. Looks like Wii Sports. Let's go. I don't like this. Okay, a chainsaw controller. Never used it, but it looks pretty cool. So we'll give it a B tier, because it probably wouldn't be functional. Is that the Xbox Kinect? What was it called? That Xbox thing? That's what it looks like, and I didn't like that. So I'm going C tier. I can't. I recognize it, but I don't know what that is. So it's gonna have to go C tier probably. Or the Wii Fit board. That's probably an A tier, because it's fun, ish. I don't recognize that one, so I might this is gonna be. I have no idea what that is. So do I leave it in there because it's not saying cool? I don't recognize it, so I'll give it a C tier. Be nice. That's a cool controller. So we're going. We'll give it an S tier. It's SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob, so SpongeBob starts with an S as well, so it has to go an S. The problem is this next I don't think I like this next. It just kind of like using the nose as like the joystick sort of thing is a little too uncomfortable for me. So I'm gonna give that a D tier, unfortunately. Oh, I don't like that. There's just too much going on there. That's a C tier. It's just too chaotic. We'll give this B. That's another S tier. The Mario Kart steering wheel. That's the top of S. Mario Kart steering wheel. That is the greatest. Oh, I love that. That is just childhood coming back to me. B tier probably. Oh, do we do A or S for this? Because this is what you give to, you know, for future gamers. This is what you need. We'll give it an S tier. Another one of like the Wii controller, like gaming controller, like was it called a Pro controller back then? I can't remember, but I've never used one, and for the Wii I'm a purist. It has to be the Wii controller, the classic. Well, that does not look great. Is that another Nintendo? It looks like a Nintendo controller, and I don't like the look of it. So we can go C tier. I'm trying not to be as top heavy as I normally am in tier lists. So I'm gonna have to be critical. But it's keyboard and mouse, and that's what I play on. Ooh, let's get this on. I obviously love keyboard and mouse. I've got a keyboard and mouse for the PC I'm recording on now, and once you go to keyboard and mouse for most games, it's incredible. You can't go back from. So that's an S tier again. It's gonna go under the Wii though. I love it. That's looks like some sort of mixing deck sort of controller. I've never used it, so we'll give it. It looks cool, so we'll give it a B tier. It'll be nice and give it a P. Is that an anime body pillow? Sorry, Ben. That's a shout out to the boys. Okay, I don't recognize this, so we'll give it be nice and just give it a C. That is uncomfortable. That is our new bottom of D. Oh, I don't like the look. Look at that color. Ugh. It is making me a little bit uncomfortable. That shape is horrible. I don't recognize that controller. Another one's just a terrible shape. Bongos are cool. We'll give that a B tier. Fishing rod. I'm pretty sure it's a fishing rod controller, and that's cool. The Guitar Hero guitar, that has to be an S tier. I'll give it B though, because it looks kind of cool. Don't recognize it. Old school keyboard, we'll give that a bit. No, it's not that great of a keyboard, so let's go on B. Can't tell. Oh, that's a phone controller sort of thing. He's going there. Oh, the 3DS. That's a 3D. It's a DS nonetheless, so it's going S tier. It's gonna go probably there. I loved me old DS, and I had a 3DS for a time, and I loved playing that. That's a guitar. I've never used a Katana controller, but I want one now, so that's going A tier. I recognize that controller, but I don't think I've ever used it, so I'm gonna go B tier. Okay, that's a classic. It's A tier because I've never been able to use one. That's Dance Dance Revolution, right? That's one of those dancing games maps. I suck at dancing. I am terrible at dancing, so that's giving a D tier because I don't dance. And I am salty because I suck at it. Don't recognize it. There's just so many like older controllers that like random buttons. Okay, I don't know if I like it or hate it because like it's a face and it kind of makes me uncomfortable. But it's kind of cool design, so we'll give it a decent B tier. We'll go near the bongos. I like bongos. Don't really like that. We can give that a C tier. I'm gonna have to be very harsh. I mean, isn't that just the same controller twice? That's the same controller. And I put it in C tier both times without even noticing. So I am consistent. I am great at tier lists. And we've got another Wii remote. And as you guys know, I love the Wii. I love my Nintendo Wii, so it is going top of S tier. Yes, yeah, in S tier. Oh, my new tattoo's kind of itchy. Second skin is on it. That's why it looks a bit funky. I hope someone found Bob in that video, and other than that, I hope you liked the video, and maybe enough to subscribe. And if you're on a computer, did you notice that they light up now? If you're not in full screen, you know, when someone says subscribe or like, they light up now. It's pretty cool. I love it. Well, that's at least on computer. I don't know about phones. Other than that, I want you to remember I love you all and have a great day.